Good morning and welcome to the WPI Sports and Recreation Center. It is day 3, our final day of the 2024 Gompei Invitational, hosted by WPI Swimming and Diving. Alongside Nikolai and Aryan this morning, I am Jeremy Abreu. If you can tell, don't mistake the lack of enthusiasm in my voice for a lack of enthusiasm in my heart. But the voice is struggling a little bit today. This I am like a 4-year veteran now, 5-year veteran of live streaming, and typically I do 4-day meets. So my voice should be prepared for this, but for some reason, little issues. So we will try and conserve the voice a little bit this morning, just so you know. So I have something to give tonight at finals, but we're ready to get ready. We're ready to get the session started. Kate Richardson, Silvana, Kelly Elliott checking in. Yes, go Ducks, Big Ten champions. I was watching Oregon Penn State last night. Good game. I am an Oregon fan. I have a lot of Oregon gear just because I like the Ducks. I like the logo. I have like a couple Ducks sweatshirts. I have some Oregon Ducks Nike sneakers. I mean, I got some pretty cool Duck gear. So I'm a big Oregon fan. So yeah, Dylan Gabriel had a great game yesterday. It was a very entertaining game. I mean, 31-24 at the half. So yeah, welcome to everybody. We already have 50 people. Kate Richardson's in the house. Go Bryant, yes. Williams is not with us today. So Williams was only with us for one day. There are your lane assignments here for Heat 1. This is event 3700 free. I believe they were only with us for one day because Friday was their last day of classes, or Friday was like a mandatory day that they couldn't miss classes. So there's no athletics on that day. And I forget why they couldn't be here today. But I will tell you that they were extremely impressive. And I mean, we knew that coming in. I mean, every year they are typically top 5, both men and women, in Division III. They have a few swimmers that are national champions in their respective events. We saw one last night, Sophie Verclaren. So they were very impressive as we watch Melena Whitney here get off to a fast start this morning. Silvana Gonzalez checking in from Miami. Good morning, Silvana. Joey? Melena Whitney goes 56.96. Who else did I miss? David B. Go Bentley. So we're underway. Bailey and Waldron take second and third here, as we'll get ready for heat number 2 in this 100 freestyle. Woke up, fortunately, in the hotel I'm staying at, there's a garage, but was very surprised to drive outside and see a little additional snow and slush on the ground. So had some precipitation overnight here in Worcester. So for all of you driving, be careful on the road there this morning. Could get slick. A little bit of a delay here, not sure why, between heats 1 and 2. There may be an equipment issue down on the deck. There is. So I see Spencer Coffin, one of the WPI coaches and staff members here, running a cord down to the far side. There may be something with the starter equipment. So it gives me a good chance to have you jump into the live chat, give some shout outs to who you're rooting for, what team you're rooting for, who you're rooting for, so on and so forth. Marcy Milhomans goes CCSU. Good morning, Marcy. Let's see if they get this fixed. You can see them at the very top of your screen. Spencer's the one with the peach-colored shorts. Does a great job of running the meets here. I mean, you know, runs the high-tech. He's just unbelievable. Does an amazing job. So I think, all right, we're ready to go for heat number 2. Mark Waldron, yes, great start for Hannah Waldron in heat number 1. Now as we move into heat number 2, I'm going to try and limit calling out every swimmer in every lane since you have the lane graphics. Just trying to preserve the voice. I did do the hot tea and honey last night. Didn't work like it usually does. Samantha Slater from Brandeis should be our leader at the halfway mark here in lane 3. She is 27.83 for Slater. Molitari, Parson. Right behind Cloxton, White, and Giles there as well. For those of you NBA fans, Celtics with a home loss last night to Memphis. Really surprising. They've been on fire this year. Will it be Slater or Molitari? And it will be Molitari, 58.82. So we'll move into heat number 3. There are your final results. Wynn Collins comes into heat 3 with the top time, 59.23 from Clark. You'll see a few different names today from the Bryant team. They're participants who were swimming down in Greensboro, North Carolina at the U.S. Open Championships are back today. So Ruby Smith, Ray Stelmark, Alice Stenbeck, Connor Lofstrom. I don't know if I'm missing anyone there, but they'll be here sprinkled in throughout. Nick Austin, Leo Luna. So they'll be sprinkled in to the events here today. I saw some of their names on the heat sheet here. Wynn Collins was leading the way at the halfway mark. She's in a battle with Christiana Strange from Merrimack. Middle of your screen, lanes 4 and 5. And it will be Wynn Collins getting it done. Holstein takes second, Strange takes third. Again, top 30 make it back. There is an A, B, and C final. Heat 4 in the water. Leah Kolb is a scratch, so that she had our top time coming in. She's open in lane 5, and lane 8 is open as well. Looks like it's, I don't know, Ruby Krikorian in the lead? It is Ruby Krikorian, 26.53. McAloon and Pierce right behind. Lanes 3, 4, 6, and 7 are where our leaders reside. Charles Tarbrake checking in again from Maryland. Good morning, Charles, cheering on WPI. And it's going to be Michaela Pierce in a best time, 54.62. So Pierce drops 3+ seconds. Pierce, Finicane, Tuccio, and Krikorian go 1, 2, and 3. I like it. Heat 5 in the water. Jenna Wild from Brandeis leading the way out in a 25.87. Wild takes first, Cartwright second, Norbert third. Jenna Wild, 54.57. Marcela Figueroa comes in with the top time for Heat 6. She's in lane 5, 53.55. Jill Carline leads the way at the halfway mark. 25-13. Schuster close behind in second. Figueroa in third. This one should belong to Carline here, looking strong, coming down the stretch, final 25. Carline, a junior from Bryant, and she will clock a good 52.37. Schuster goes 53.14 for second. Third place goes to O'Leary, so nice job by Carline and Schuster. They go 1 and 2 as we move into Heat 7. Ruby Smith making her first appearance at the Gompei. She was one of the Bryant swimmers down in Greensboro, North Carolina for the U.S. Open. Gonzalez, Bastiano, and Orly Hansberger. Top 3. Looks like it's lane 4. Chloe Gonzalez from Brandeis. Oh, I don't know. Here comes lane 9. Never saw. No, it's going to be Gonzalez out touching Saw. Nice job by Chloe Gonzalez there. She takes first, Saw second, Hansberger third. Now we'll take it to our final heat, our top overall seed, Kei Shen, 52.99. Kei Shen out to the fast start. So our 50 free champ, Kei Shen, a sprint freestyler, looking strong here. 24.52. She's followed by Charlie Lugale. Shen is going to take our final heat with the time of 51:36. Legale goes 52:63. Sophie Dorsch takes third. Time for the men to get in the water. Heat 1 of 7. Ian Perry leading the way at the halfway mark. 28.81 for Perry. He came in with a 10070 for WPI. Gabe Graffia in second. Daniel Now in third. And it will be Ian Perry here in our opening heat. Nice job by Perry. 10035. He'll shave almost 0.4 of a second off his entry time. Nice swim by Perry. Graffia and Now third. As we move into heat 2. I get a feeling by the energy in the building, the fans are a little tired too. I can imagine these swimmers. I've heard some chatter among some of the swimmers that they are exhausted, kind of in general all the way around. So if the swimmers are exhausted, or if the parents and the fans are exhausted, can you imagine how the swimmers are? And for many of them, this is, maybe the one and only trials finals meet that they will take part in until conference championships. And I know some schools don't even do one during the year. So for most of these swimmers, this is going to be their first and only time to get their body acclimated this year to a trials finals format. Calandria takes first, Zook second, Demanco third. So understandably, it is a tiring week. Combine that with most schools going into finals this week, which are mentally exhausting. So this ends up being, there'll probably be a lot of sleeping kids on their buses back to their respective schools tonight. Jack Meekins out in front early. Good turn there. Got in and out of that wall really quick. Meekins getting a little bit of a chase by his Bentley teammate, Tyler Marzano. They're looking to go 1 and 2, and they will. Studley takes third. Heat 4 in the water. That's Aiden Acuna Rosa from Bryant leading the way right now in lane 3. We're in heat 4 of 7. Acuna Rosa, the sophomore from Massachusetts. He's looking strong here. Has a good body length lead on everyone coming down the stretch. So Acuna Rosa will be our Heat 4 winner. 47.92. Tarker takes second. Skelton Harris takes third. Yes, Kate Richardson points out not only are the swimmers swimming their individual events, but they're all pretty much swimming all of the relays too, for the most part. So, you know, you come out of a 3-day meet like this having probably, who knows, you could have 10 to 12, 13 swims. And that's like triple what you would normally have. So it is definitely a shock to the system, very tiring. Juris Djokovic leading the way with James Misto in tow. Peter Moo from Brandeis right there as well. It looks like it will be Djokovic. Djokovic, Moo, and Misto, 1, 2, and 3. Heat 6. Our first look at Leo Luna in lane 8. He was part of the Bryant contingent down at U.S. Open. Dean Duback, Sean Tesoro, Nick Andrews, Nolan Schlesman, Angad Alawali. We got a lot of speed in the pool right here in Heat 6. It's Dean Duback from WPI leading the way right now. He's followed by his teammate, Sean Tesoro, and Nolan Schlesman. So WPI trying to go 1, 2, and 3 in this 6th heat of the 100 freestyle. Andrew Machuca checking in. Meekins is having a great meet. He is. Jack Meekins has been having a spectacular meet this weekend. So congrats to him. Keep up the good work. And it's going to be Duback, Andrews, and Tesoro. So Andrews continues his hot swimming as well, along Duback, Tesoro, and Schlesman. So our final heat, top seed, is Connor Lofstrom. Connor, again, first time swimming here this weekend. He's been down in North Carolina at the U.S. Open. Lofstrom and Ethan Raykop from Bentley, your leaders. They're separated by 7/100ths of a second. Lofstrom, a big, tall, powerful swimmer. He uses those long arms and legs to his advantage, and it will be Lofstrom here. 46.61. Raykop takes second, Topfer third. So we're into the backstroke already, moving fast here. Women's 2 backstroke. Carrington in 4, Caswell in 5, Miller in 6, Harron in 7. All right, folks, we do have results from that 100 freestyle. Your alternates are going to be Ruby Krikorian and Veronica Finucane Chuccio swimming in the C final. Katrina Waite, Corinne Cartwright, Bella Montanari, Maeve English, Emma Haas, Lauren Cowing, Marcella Figueroa, Michaela Pierce, Casey McLeod. There will be a swim-off for the B final between Hannah King and Jenna Wild. Continuing in the B final, Brooke Labarge, Gabby Spaciano, Ruby Smith, Kendra Daly, Lotta DiMascola, Jordan Nusback, Orly Hansberger, and Katrine O'Leary. And swimming in the A final, it will be Emma Davis, Caitlin Archambault, Neva Sa, Chloe Gonzalez, Sophie Dorsch, Emma Shao, Sabrina Schuster, Charlie Legale, Jill Carline, and the top seed, Kay Shen from Springfield, who went a 51.36. And we should have the men's finalized shortly. I'll check on that now. We do. I'll get into that at the start of the next heat as we watch Miller take first, Caswell take second here. Soft touch there in lane 7. There are your lane assignments for Heat 2. Okay, for the men's 100-yard freestyle, the two alternates are going to be Jacob Zukowski and Solomon Skelton-Harris. Swimming in the C final, Andrew Vanderwater, Jack Doria, Patrick Tarka, Raymond Stelmark, Danny Lair, Gavin McCullough, Leo Luna, Aiden Greenfield. And there will be a swim-off, I believe, between Tyler Marzano and Zach Ellis. Swimming in the B final, it's Jack Meekins, Angad Alawalia, Viet Ngayan, Aiden Acuna Rosa, Luke Zongetti. There could be another swim-off between Matt Quinney and Jordan McMillan. Daniel Ivanchikov, Alex Rousen. And swimming in the A final, Nolan Schlesman, James Misto, Dan Backlund, Nick Topher, Ethan Riekoff, Sean Tesoro, Peter Moo, Nick Andrews, Dean Dubeck, Uris Djokovic, and our top seed from Bryant, Connor Lofstrom. So we have 3 potential swim-offs here in the men's 100 freestyle. James Misto and Nolan Schlesman and Tyler Marzano and Zach Ellis. So we'll see how that shakes down. Keep an eye on that. Juliet Rousen checking in. Go Bulldogs. Thank you, Juliet, for your kind words. We're trying to do our best here today. And it will be Megan Hammerland taking first. Summer Sakowitz takes second. And Alice Stenbeck, our first look at her this weekend, she takes third. We'll move into heat 3 of 4. Jackie Fox comes into this heat with the top time, 2:05.54. The sophomore from Bryant University. Elise Richardson leading the way at the 50-yard mark. She's followed by Jackie Fox and Taylor White. Richardson remains in the lead at the halfway mark. No change there. Richardson 1, Fox 2 right now. They are basically stroke for stroke. Fox has now moved into first, slightly ahead of Richardson by 2/100ths of a second. As they make their final turn, it is Fox in the lead. So Jackie Fox, the sophomore from Bryant, looks poised to win our third heat here. Heat 4 lined up, ready to go. Our top seed here, Sophie Milhomans from Central Connecticut State. She's a sophomore. Good start there by Milhomans. Sophie Milhomans, Sarah Kang from WPI. Well out in front of the field right now. Milhomans and Kang continue to battle it out. Less than 25 yards to go. It looks like it's going to be our top seed, Sophie Milhomans, who will hold on here, and she does. 206.61. Kang takes second, and Julia Fanning from Sacred Heart will take third. Three heats of the men's 200 back forthcoming. Then we'll get into one of my favorite events to watch, the 100 IM. Aiden Acuna Rosa comes in to heat one with the top time. Matthew Walden looking strong in lane 6 here. Walden, the sophomore from Bentley. Abramson second. Yurkowitz third. $155.45 for Walden there. Abramson takes second. Pasikaran takes third. Griffin LaJoy here in heat number 2, lane 5, has the top time here for heat 5, 154.53. Aussie, Kelleher, and LaJoy at the first wall. Aussie continues to lead at the halfway mark. Jack Aussie, junior from Bryant University. Aussie will take that lead into the final 50 here, followed by Griffin LaJoy, who remains and has moved up into second. Griffin Kelleher moves down to third. $154.11 for Aussie. He drops almost a second and a half. LaJoy takes second. Kelleher takes third, and he drops a little over a second. As we move to our third and final heat. Top seed here is Nick Topfer, fifth-year graduate student from Bryant, transfer from LSU. Christopher Smith from WPI taking it out fast, 27-14. Christopher Smith, Roman San Juan, 1 and 2. Nick Topfer currently sitting in third here. Christopher Smith will take this heat in fairly convincing fashion. Nick Topfer takes second, and Roman San Juan takes third as we move into, like I mentioned, my favorite event. I love the IM events, and whenever you can mix in a sprint IM, pretty cool to me. So this is the women's 100 IM. Stenbeck, Archambault, and Finicane Tuccio in our first heat. Good start there by Caitlin Archambault. Good underwater by Stenbeck. She's been down in North Carolina at the U.S. Open, swimming breaststroke and whatever else. Good underwater by Stenbeck there. But it is Caitlin Archambault leading the way as they head into breaststroke, slightly ahead. of Stenbeck and Finicane Tuccio. I would expect to see Stenbeck pull ahead here. Then it'll be anybody's race in the freestyle. And Archambault swimming great here. So Caitlin Archambault from Bryant, she surges ahead in the freestyle here, and she will be your Heat 1 winner. 1:00:56. Stenbeck takes second, Finicane Tuccio third. So congratulations to Archambault. Nice swim there in Heat 1. Heat 2 in the water. Charlotte Scott from Clark comes in with the top time for Heat 2. 1:13:19. In case you're not familiar, each swimmer swims a 25 of each of the 4 strokes. They start out with butterfly, transition to back, breast, freestyle, just like any other individual medley event. Sophia Pulaski from Brandeis is out in front. She's followed by Sarah Griffith. And it will be Pulaski from Brandeis, 1:05:09. The sophomore is our Heat 2 winner. Griffith takes second, Scott takes third. Summer Sakowitz comes in with the top time for Heat 3, 1:01 flat. She's in lane 5. Right now it's Kendra Daly from Merrimack. She's a sprinter, so she figures to fare well here, especially coming down the stretch with that 25 free at the end. Skyla Lang, Kendra Daly, and Anastasia Biku are top 3 right now. Skyla Lang takes the lead heading into freestyle here. But it will be Skyla Lang from Bentley. Sakowitz takes second, Daly takes third. So we head into Heat 4. Elena Pistrin with the top time in Heat 4 with 1:00:89. She's in lane 5 from Bryant. Pistrin has the lead here. She is a very, very good breaststroker. So typically the breaststroke is where you see changing of spots here. I expect Pistrin to hold on here, looking strong right now. 25 to go. She's followed by Jordan Nusback from Bentley in lane 7. So it will be Elena Pistrin 58-57 for Pistrin. Nuzback takes second, O'Leary third. So we move into our fifth and final heat on the women's side. Jossie Nemchek comes in with the top time here overall, 1:00:23. She's a freshman from Bryant. Also our first look at Ruby Smith here, who was down at the U.S. Open as well. Good underwater there by Smith. As her and Nemchak battling it out here, it will be Smith to the wall first as they transition to breaststroke, where Nemchak is an exceptional breaststroker. So Jossie Nemchak, the freshman from Bryant, will be our Heat 5 winner. Depending on her time, she could be the #1 seed tonight, 59-22. Nice swim by her. Smith takes second, Lamb takes third. We'll move into the men's IM. There will only be 4 heats here. Aiden Domenico leads the way at the halfway mark from WPI, swimming out of lane 3. Domenico, a freshman, came in with a time of 1:09. He'll transition over to freestyle here. And he will finish it out, 59-86. James Misto comes in with the top time here, 54-71 in lane 5 from Bryant. Known for his sprint, freestyle, and butterfly skills. Misto holding his own here. Matt Kenvin from Springfield has taken the lead, though. And it is Kenvin who takes first, Lee second, Schlesman third. As we move on to heat number 3. Griffin LaJoy comes into heat 3 with the top time, 53:39, the senior from Bryant. Eric Zhao. Leading the way. He's getting a good race here from Nick Austin, making his first appearance here this weekend as well. Zhao takes first, Austin takes second, Million third. As we move into heat 4 of 4. Connor Lofstrom, top seed coming in here, followed by Derek McIntyre. Juris Djokovic, though, to the wall first at the 25. This is such a fast race. You got to be quick off the blocks. Your turns have to be right on point. You can't even afford to lose a couple hundredths of a second. Calvin Yee atop the quartet of Bryant swimmers. Or he was until now. Connor Lofstrom. And Juris Djokovic. Lofstrom taking first, Djokovic second, Yee taking third. It is most swimmers' favorite events right now, the 200 fly. And I say that very tongue-in-cheek. There are your lane assignments for Heat 1. Lauren Balfour in lane 3, Sophia He in 4, Allie Marvel in 5, Catherine Wade in 6, Chloe Johnson in 7. Allie Marvel continues to lead the way at the halfway mark, 108.19. Marvel will take that lead into the 150-yard mark. The freshman from WPI having herself a good opening heat of the 200 fly right now. Marvel takes first here in a time of 2:26.45, a 7-second time drop. Sophia Heat takes second. She drops 7 seconds as well. Wade will take third, dropping 0.3 of a second as we move into Heat 2. Sophie Milhomen's the top time coming into Heat 2. Right after her, Ava Mustachulo from Bryant. So after the butterfly, there will be a swim off for the 100 free between Hannah King and Jenna Wild. King from Bryant, Wild from Merrimack. Always like watching those swim offs. I know the swimmers might not love them. A lot of pressure, especially if it's the difference between, especially if it's between swimming in finals and not swimming in finals. A lot of pressure there. Steen and Mustachulo, 1 and 2 right here. Clara Steen looks like she's got this one wrapped up. (209.07) for Steen. Mustachulo takes second. She does drop about 0.2 of a second. Nice job by Steen, who drops 2 seconds. Mustachulo drops about 0.3, and Rice takes third. So nice swimming all the way around in Heat 2 as we move to Heat 3 of 4. Heat 3 lined up, ready to go. Sophia Velico from Sacred Heart comes in with their top time for Heat 3, 2:08.90. So there will be another swim off between Nolan Schlesman and James Misto for the 100 free. That'll be before the relays. And that will be to see who gets to swim in the A final versus the B final. Veliko looking good here, about to touch at the 150-yard mark. And it will be Veliko and Sanchez going 1 and 2. Heat 4. This is Heat 4. Top seed, Amanda Whitkus from Bryant, 2:02.40 in lane 5. Wow, what a great start by Whitkus. At the halfway mark, it will be all Whitkus here from Bryant, 58.06. Whitkus set the Bryant University school record earlier this year with the 200 butterfly. Whitkus will close it out here. I'm sure she'd like to break 2 minutes. Not going to happen right here. But faster than her seed time by a second, now almost a quarter. 2:02.28 for Whitkus. Robleski takes second. Hernandez takes third. Heat 1 of the men's to fly. Roman San Juan with a good start there. Good reaction time, as did Ryan Ng. Ng in 4, Smith in 5, Lisowski in 6, San Juan in 7. Roman San Juan, 129.05 at the 150-yard mark. Charles Tarbrake, you're welcome. I'm really privileged to be able to do my third Gompei for WPI. I do quite a few college meets, including 3 conference championship meets every year, and the Gompei is always atop the list, the one I look forward to the most. So we're glad to be able to put together a production that helps all the parents who can't make it. Roman San Juan goes 20009, and quite frankly, I think this stream gets used the most by the swimmers. They'll go back in and watch their races after the fact over and over. So not just for the parents, but for everyone, the parents, the family, the coaches, the swimmers. It's a good coaching tool. Be able to go back and get some good footage of your races. Heat 2 of 4, Leo Luna comes in with the top time, 155.00. And for the families of schools in the Northeast 10 and the NUMAC Conference, I will be doing both of those conference championships right here from WPI in February. So we'll be broadcasting the Northeast 10 as well as the NUMAC Conference Championships in February. I forget what weeks they are. So it's a fairly busy February for us. But looking forward to that. Also have the Greater Northeast Athletic Conference Championships in February. And a couple other New England Swimming Championship meets mixed in between. And then the YMCA Championships here in March. And then that's a wrap. And I get a nice long break to let the voice recover. Christian Pereira leading the way in lane 8. Is followed closely by Nikita Zuev. And it will be Christian Pereira here, I believe. And yes, he'll outtouch Leighton Wilgazinski. Zuev takes third. Next up will be Heat 3. Andrew Gamper comes in with the top time, 152.62. Good start by Trenery and John Chan in Springfield. Chan, Trenery, and Gamper, 1, 2, and 3 at the 50-yard mark. Chan continues to lead the way. Trenery in second at the halfway mark. Gamper making up some ground here. Gamper has moved up into second. Trenery drops down to third. Keep an eye on Samuel Bundy from Brandeis. He's trying to sneak into the top three here. It will be Jonathan Chan, though, with 25 yards to go. Looks like the top three is pretty safe here. Chan, Gamper, and Trenery. Fourth and final heat, Tim Andrews from Bryant, the #1 seed. Well, David, not quite breaking two, but a good time drop for Dawson there. And his entry time was 2:06, went 2:02. So hopefully he's happy with that and definitely should have a chance to go sub-2 in finals tonight. So wishing him the best of luck. And yes, Tammy, I'll be doing the Northeast 10. I think this will be my third year covering that as well. Love doing the Northeast 10 championships. I'll tell you, those fans are rabid. Love it. They travel very well, and it's always very loud and fun here at WPI for those championships, especially at night, the finals. Tim Andrews, Daniel Ivanchikov. Tim Andrews looking really strong here as we approach the 150-yard mark. Less than 25 to go, and it will be Tim Andrews here. $153.77 for Andrews. Ivanchikov takes second. Who's going to get in there for third? And it's Charlie London. $50 breast, 3 heats, Alice Stenbeck. Comes in with the top time, 30 seconds. Not often you see sprint breaststroke, but we do have it here in this meet as they're doing a 50 of all of the strokes this weekend. And right now it looks like it'll be Alice Stenbeck from Bryant, 31-45. Young second. Witteveen will take third. Jossie Nemchek from Bryant. Top seed here in heat number 2. And it will be Nieto out touching Nemchek. Nieto goes at 30.16. Nemchek at 30.25. As we move into our third and final heat. Nina Lamb on number 1 seed here in the 50 breast. Showing why. Good lead here over Milena Whitney from WPI, and it will be Lamb 29-46. Whitney takes second, Teo takes third as we move on to the men's 50 breaststroke. 3 heats of this as well. Jack Ferguson from Bryant leading the way and will be the Heat 1 winner, 26-74. Durea takes second. Szczesniak will take third. Little bit of a delay here. I don't know whether there was a DQ forthcoming or we'll have to wait. All right, we're back here. Heat 2, excuse me, ready to go. Matt Kenvin from Springfield comes in with the top time, 26:30. And it's Aiden Trenery in lane 10 getting it done. $26.34 for Trenery. So a quick turnaround from him, jumps out of the pool for the 2 fly, back in for the 50 breast. He is your heat winner. Nick Austin comes in with the top time, along with Derek McIntyre, both in the 26s. And it will be the speedy Austin separates down the stretch here, 26-24. Guyan takes second, McIntyre third. And I think this is the swim off. Or maybe not. Well, all right, so we'll have a 10-minute break. We'll be back, folks, at 10:37 for the 400 free relay heats, and there will be a swim-off. All right, folks, we're back. We're getting ready for the swim-off between James Misto and Nolan Schlesman. It will be a 100 free swim-off. The winner gets to swim in the A final. The runner-up will swim in the B final. So here we go. Schlesman in 5, Misto in 6. The winner swims in the A final, the runner-up the B final.
This event will start with Heat 2, followed by Heat 3. Heat 2 at this time, please position yourselves behind the blocks.
All right, so Misto and Schlesman have been standing there for a good 5 or 6 minutes now. May not seem like a lot, but it's an eternity when you're waiting for a swim off and you get a lot of anxious.
Anticipated event for this morning for a men 100-yard freestyle swim-off.
A lot of anxious energy going through your body. Misto, as usual, gets out to the fast start. Here comes Schlesman. Misto still holding on at the halfway mark. He's got at least a half a second lead. Misto continues to look strong here. If he's leading at the 75-yard mark, I don't think anyone's catching him. And it will be Misto. He's starting to pull away. So it will be James Misto swimming in the A final. Nolan Schlesman will swim in the B final. A lot of swimming this morning for Misto. Had to swim the 100 free twice, the 1 IM. So we're going to move on to Heat 2. So it looks like the first heat, which was supposed to be all WPI, they've cut that. So we just gained 3 minutes back, over 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes back, as there will only be heats 2 and 3. So they've made the announcement a few times about event 55. They're starting with heat 2 instead of heat 1. I don't know if all the teams are there. I don't see anybody behind the blocks. There should be a Bryant team on lane 2 and 3, and I don't see anybody. All right, so here we go. We have about 3/4 of the teams, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But in any event, this is the 400 freestyle relay. Brandeis A leading the way in lane 6. Brandeis A, WPI D, WPI E.
Brandeis A in lane 6, spinning a 48.17, followed by WPI D over in lane 8, spinning a 48.85.
2, 3, and 5. So those were all Bryant heats that scratched this. It was supposed to be Bryant D, E, and F. Brandeis, WPI leading the way here. When we do get into the mile will be presented with minimal commentary. So just giving everyone a heads up right now, trying to preserve the voice, excuse me, for tonight. So we'll probably go to a wide shot, and I will check in along the way. But fortunately, we have the on-screen graphics that tell you, where all the swimmers are, where they are as far as increments in the pool. WPIC, WPID, 1 and 2.
First into the pool, a pair of WPI relays. WPIC spinning a 237.70, followed by WPID spinning a 237.80. Sitting in the power pool, Brandeis A starting to pick up more momentum going into this last leg. Brandeis A making the move, going out in front.
And it is Brandeis A that will be the winner here, 332.44. WPIC takes second, WPID takes third. That'll take us to our third and final heat of the relay.
Swimmers, please clear the pool. Heat 3.
Bryant A top seed coming in here. Richardson, Andrews, Whitkiss, and Lofstrom.
Now swimming in lane 1, Springfield C, lane 2, Brian C, lane 3, Springfield B, lane 4, Brian B, lane 5, Brian A, lane 6, Springfield A, lane 7, Brian A, lane 8, WPI A, lane 9, Bentley B, and lane 10, WPI B.
Bryant, C, WPI, A, and B, your top 3 teams right now.
Leading the charge, a pair of leaders in either end of the pool. Brian C over in lane 2, spinning 47.90. But WPI A over in lane 8, spinning 48.16. With a separation of .26. Very close first leg. However, that's WPIA starting to make a little bit more ground.
WPIA, WPIB, 1 and 2 in lanes 8 and 10. Bryant C in lane 2 in third, but here comes Bryant B with Raymond Stelmark and Bryant A with Andrews.
WPIA first in the pool, followed by WPIB.
WPI A and B still leading the way.
Now entering as well as Springfield. WPIA still maintaining the lead, spinning at 25.80. WPIB spinning at
WPIA in lane 8, that's Casey McLeod. It will be Lotta DiMascola to anchor this WPIA relay team to hopefully bring them to victory. They have about a 4-second lead over Bryant C.
100 yards to go. WPIA sends their fourth and final swimmer into the pool. Brian enters.
3.5-second lead. DiMascola in the water for WPI. Bryant B sends Luna. Bryant A sends Lofstrom. Bryant C sends Thompson.
Speed slowing down at 21.58 in this first 50 split. With 25 yards left
And
to go.
Connor Lofstrom doing some serious work in the pool to bring Bryant A back. And it looks like it will be Bryant A that wins it. The team of Richardson, Andrews, Whitkiss, and Lofstrom. Bryant C takes second. Bryant B takes third. So again, in those mixed relays, very critical where you have your male and female swimmers. WPIA ends up taking fourth. A good swim there from Smith, Alawalia, McLeod, and DiMascolo.
At this time, please clear the pool. And now we will be having a combined event with our women's and men's 1650 freestyle.
Did they change this? So heat 1 should be women, heat 2 men, heat 3 women, heat 4 men and women will be combined in that one, and then heat 5 will be women. Oh. So 55. We did have a DQ there. I missed that. I missed the DQ. Did you hear the heat in the lane? All right, so this is, if you're following along, heat 2 on the women's side of the mile. So yeah, Arian, get this, all lanes the whole time, back and forth. And we're going to stay on camera 3. So pretty much just leave it there until like close to the end, because these are like 10-minute races.
Now swimming in lane 1, Kylie Nordstrom. Lane 2, Winter Baru. Lane 3, Olivia Runningen. Lane 4, Olivia Monteri. Lane 5, Sophia Innocence. Lane 6, Julia Fashauer. Lane 7, Kyle Brill. Lane 8, Dave English. Lane 9, Kate Kushad. And lane 10, Rebecca Kaplan.
Maeve English has been leading from the beginning here. She's in lane 8 at the top of your screen. We're doing our best to keep everybody in the shot at once. You know, it becomes difficult to do, especially that we got to keep our leader in the shot at all times. So we're doing our best here to keep everybody in the frame at all times. We may or may not be able to do that depending on how spread out these swimmers get. There's only going to be 3 heats of the mile here this morning. The other 2 heats, the top women's and men's heats, will swim tonight at finals. So 300 yards in, it's Maeve English in lane 8 at the top of your screen, now going left to right, your leader from Sacred Heart. Halfway through the mile here, there hasn't been much of a change. Maeve English from Sacred Heart still leads the way. Sophia Pinsence from Central Connecticut is in second in lane 5. So Maeve English swimming from right to left in lane 8, white cap, red lettering. Sophia Pinsence swimming from right to left, white cap, blue lettering. And in third right now, it's Julia Freshour in lane 6. She's swimming from right to left. So this is where it gets tough. Everybody gets spread out. Tough to keep everybody in frame here. But we always got to keep the leaders in frame. But again, it is Maeve English approaching the 950-yard mark. She's at 10:22. We'll check in again around 1,300-yard mark. 1550. When you hear the bell, and just make sure it's whatever camera we get that leader in lane 8. So we're back approaching 1,500 yards, and remarkably, there has been no change really for this whole race for the top 3. Maeve English from Sacred Heart in first in lane 8. Sophia Pinsence from Central Connecticut in lane 5. And Julia Freshour from Sacred Heart in lane 6. Just checking up on the comments. Mandeep checking in. Hello, Mandeep. Chris Lofstrom. You're welcome for the great coverage. It's good. It was good to see Connor back here today, tearing it up. I know he had some good success down at the U.S. Open Championships. Acadia checking in, saying, "Dog's got to eat. Let's go, Bryant." There's the bell from Maeve English. So 50 yards to go from Maeve English from Sacred Heart in lane 8. She's 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds ahead of Sophia Pinsence. So Maeve English from Sacred Heart in lane 8. She will get it done here. She came in with a time. Well, we don't have their times, actually. We have their 1,000 times. So 18:07.93 for English. Pinsence takes second, and third place momentarily, it's going to be Julia Freshour in lane 6. And here she comes into the screen. And some of our other finishers will now start to stack up here. Berube, Barely, Molitari, Ronahan. Nordenstrom will be next to finish, I believe, followed by Kaplan and Crusair.
Event 47, 48 combined. Heat 4 and Heat 6. Mr. Referee.
So we only have half of the swimmers here. They combined these two heats. So in lanes, actually, I don't. Okay, so I think, let's see here.
Swimming from Clark University in lane 1.
So 7, 8, 9, 10 is going to be 7, Sid Kochensparger in 7. Kara Schwacky in 8 from Bentley. Sydney Giles from Sacred Heart in 9. And Rachel Tilo from Bentley in 10.
Swimming the women's Heat 6 of the 1650 in lane 6. Wayne Collins in lane 7, Sydney Kokensparger. In lane 8 from Bentley, Kara Schwack. In lane 9 from Sacred Heart, Sydney Giles.
And then in lanes 1 through 4, Nick Cordell, Stephen Calabro, CJ Eaton, and as Andrew Machuca says, the hype train for Kai West from Bentley in lane 4. So what they did was there was originally supposed to be 4 heats, a partial heat of men and a partial heat of women, and they combined those heats but not in the system. So that's why we don't have full graphics and names for everyone. So bear with us here. All right, so at the just about 800-yard mark for the men, it's C.J. Eaton in first in lane 3, Kai West in second in lane 4, Stephen Calabro in third in lane 2, and Nick Cordell in fourth in lane 1. And then for the women, Kara Schwacky leads the way in lane 8. Then it is Sid Kochensparger from Clark in lane 7. Sydney Giles from Sacred Heart in 9. And Rachel Tilo from Bentley in lane 10. So that's what's going on. Again, it gets a little crazy when they have the men and the women in the mile because of the spacing. But we'll check in with you again shortly. So CJ Eaton right there got a little confused. He heard the bell and he stopped. He got confused there, but it doesn't matter. He still comes in 17:45-47. So an interesting moment for Eaton.
And in a close battle for second, in lane 2.
And it will be Calabro from Bentley, followed by Kai West on the men's side. Are we almost done? So we're going to take the results off, and then we'll go back 1 and 2. Yeah, let's go to 3. Arian, follow them through the end. You can zoom in. Yeah, it's good.
With 50 yards left.
So 50 yards left for everybody, I believe. We kind of, again, when they combine the men's and the women's mile, it kind of gets to be a little bit of a cluster. Nick Cordell's going to finish up here at the bottom of your screen. So Cordell finishes up in a 18:53.69.
Minutes and 39 seconds. Carroll will move up into the top 20 from the heat before.
So that's 10-9, lane 8. That was Kara Schwanke from Bentley, who finishes up in a 19:00:39. Go to 2. And then we'll go back to 1 in a minute. And then it looks, you're good. And then Sacred Heart, Sydney Giles will finish next, followed by Sid Koschensparger, and then Rachel Tilo in lane 10. So sorry for the confusion there, folks. This will be right now our final heat of the morning. There are your lane assignments.
Heat 3 of the 1650 in lane 1 from Merrimack College, Aaron Knight. In lane 2 from Bentley University.
So 1650 in the water. In lane 1 is Aaron Knight from Merrimack. In lane 2 from Bentley is Katie Keegan. In lane 3 from Merrimack is Sarah Holstein. In lane 4, Shawak. All right, thanks, Andrew. In lane 5 from WPI, it's Allie Marvell. In lane 6 from Springfield, it's Allie Burnett. In lane 7 from Springfield, Paige Levine. In lane 8 from Brandeis, Jenna Wild. In lane 9 from Merrimack, Morgan McDonough. And in lane 10 from Bentley, Claire Ferroni. I almost had that right, Andrew. I was just adding the E at the end there. So it is Kara Schwack. Shawak. Yes, Shawak. There we go. Sometimes, Andrew, you get that mental block when you're saying a name. You want to pronounce it the way that you know is wrong, even though it's wrong. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's kind of the world I live in. Jenna Wild leading the way here. We'll check in more towards the halfway mark here, which will be the final heat of the morning. Jenna Wild continues to lead. So again, another one of those situations where Jenna Wild has been in the lead for quite some time. Claudia Walker had moved into second at the 500 mark. Wild in lane 8 at the top of your screen. Walker in lane 4 in the middle of your screen, both going from left to right. Now Wild makes that turn to go right to left. Jenna Wild being pretty consistent in the water as well. When you take a look at her splits over the past, call it 300 yards, 34-7, 35-0, 34-5, 34-4, 34-6, 34-7, 34-5, 34-5, 34-6. So very consistent with her 50 splits. That last one was 34-2, so one of the fastest that we've seen over the last 400 to 500 yards or so.
Coming into the 1,000, Jenna Wild from Brandeis with a commanding lead. In second place, Claudia Walker of Bentley holds another commanding lead.
Jenna Wild, Claudia Walker, Allie Burnett, those are your top three here at the 1,000-yard mark. Wild continues to cruise. After that 34-2, she went 34-3, 34-6, 34-6. Claudia Walker not too far behind in terms of what she's splitting, but it's consistently about a half a second to 3/4 of a second behind Wild. So she keeps getting behind by, almost another full second every 100 yards or so. Right now she's 12 seconds behind. Actually, that delta has been raised to 13. Wild continue to cruise along here at the 1250 mark, 400 yards for her. Wild from Brandeis in lane 8 at the top of your screen. She's been the leader from the start here. Claudia Walker in lane 4. She's not visible right now, but you will see her in a second. There she is, going from left to right. The lead over Walker is 18 seconds. A string of good splits here for Wild. 34-3, 34-2, 34-2, 34-3. She's got 200 yards left. This has been an impressive performance for the junior from Brandeis. Looking really good. Claudia Walker in second. Paige Levine from Springfield in third. So that's where the battle for second is, really. Levine, and they're both going from right to left right now. You can see them. Once Jenna Wild finishes up, because she will be ahead of the field, we'll get you to the race for second with Walker in 4, Levine in 7. There's the bell for Wild, from Brandeis. She has 50 to go. The race for second has gotten a little bit tighter. Walker in 4, Levine in 7. So it will be Jenna Wild, 18:52.42. Now we'll watch the finish here for second, and it looks like it's going to be Paige Levine. And it is Paige Levine. Claudia Walker takes third, Burnett takes fourth. so on and so forth here. And that will, once Katie Keegan finishes here, nice job by Katie from Bentley. She goes to 2012-69. That concludes our session. We'll be back at 1:30 for diving, 5:15 for our finals swim tonight. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you at diving.